Another way that classes become a safe and predictable environment is by having a preview option. Preview for how far and how much you want to know about the lesson coming up. And there'll be a lot of opportunities for that in Edith Finch. You'll have some students who will not feel comfortable, safe, available for learning, available for attending to the lesson because they're overwhelmed by the story as it's happening. And a lot of those students will say to you, tell me the whole story. I want to know everything ahead of time. Not because they don't intend to be part of the lesson, but actually that's how they will be part of the lesson. You'll have other students who want to know nothing, who want to just experience the curriculum like a dream unfolding and want that experience of everything being a surprise. And then you'll have kids in the middle who'll need to know some things. They'll need to know the basic plot overview. They may want to know who the main characters are. They may want to know if there's some scary spots coming up. And as a class, you may need those times to stop and say, here's one of those scary spots. So everyone has an opportunity to give input about how will my brain best be ready to do this work. We can think of all lesson plans as a position, a strategy, one way to go about doing the work. The deeper interest is, what do we want kids to learn? So when we think about doing differentiated curriculum, we're thinking, I know what I want them to learn, but there are dozens of ways to teach fractions, dozens of ways to teach commas. So we want students to have this notion of positions and interests. I want to say to students, that sounds like a position you're having now. What's your deeper interest? Connected to that is also being able to prompt students and be able to have this as a shared notion. Let's speak from our own perspective. Let's say I statements. So don't tell me what you think somebody else is thinking or feeling right now. What are you thinking? What are you feeling? How are you experiencing this moment? Having that as a construct that you practice regularly and that teachers would also practice is really helpful. So for instance, class, I feel great watching you guys do all of your work. It makes me happy to know that we're together as a class, and even makes me feel good as a teacher that we got to this spot. So that you practice speaking from your own perspective helps students realize that that's an important skill for them as well. You're going to see at the end of Edith Finch, there's an opportunity for students to do the Museum of Me project, which is one of the spots where you don't have to do it one way. You're going to get to demonstrate to the teacher a variety of ways that you can say, here's what I've taken from this. As often as possible, doing that is a wonderful thing. One of the best and easiest places to do it is in homework or do-nows, where students can come in the room and choose from a handful of ways to say, here's how I can show you what I know. It doesn't only have to be one particular way.